everyone. I'm Frank Morano. Beautiful day in New York City today. If you're watching this live, I hope you go outside and get some fresh air. All right. For months now, we have been hearing about one troubling story after another involving the New York City Department of Education. First, there were allegations involving procurement practices under Chancellor Kamar Samuels when he served as a superintendent. Then came questions about no bid contracts. Then testimony before the city council from a vendor, and I was there. I'm on the finance committee, and I asked what I thought were a lot of interesting, very unbiased, nonpartisan questions. But we had testimony at the finance committee from a vendor who claimed he was instructed how to work around procurement rules and later became the scapegoat when investigators came calling. Then we learned the city council had spent months simply trying to obtain copies of contracts involving billions. Yes, that's billions with a B of taxpayer dollars, only to be met with delay after delay and excuse after excuse. Now we have yet another report. A former New York City superintendent who left to take top jobs in Connecticut and New Jersey. That's an intentional pronunciation of Connecticut. Those of you that don't remember me from radio, that might be new to you, but deal with it. They reportedly continued receiving hundreds of thousands of dollars as a consultant from the Department of Education, even after another school district suspended him and sued him over allegations of fiscal misconduct. Now, everyone is entitled to due process. I'm Mr. Due Process. Allegations aren't findings, but that's exactly why we need transparency. When questions are raised, government shouldn't close the blinds. It should open the windows. Unfortunately, that's not what we've seen. Instead, we've seen stonewalling. We've seen excuses. We've seen a Department of Education that seems more interested in telling the city council why it can't produce records than simply producing the records. Now, let me be very clear. I'm not trying to score political points. This is not about one particular school's chancellor. It's about whether the largest agency in New York City believes it's accountable to the people who fund it. The Department of Education spends nearly $40 billion a year. Think about that. That's your money. The least New Yorkers should expect is complete transparency about how those dollars are being spent. I really want to commend Speaker Julie Menon and the chair of the Education Committee, Eric Dinowitz, the Finance Committee Chair, Linda Lee, and the members of the City Council who have refused to let this issue drop. This is exactly what legislative oversight is supposed to look like. It doesn't matter whether the administration is Republican, Democratic, conservative, progressive, socialist, whatever. When taxpayer dollars are involved, elected officials have a duty to ask questions, and agencies have a duty to answer them. Chancellor Samuels bears some responsibility here. Leadership isn't just about announcing new programs and holding press conferences. Leadership means creating a culture where transparency is automatic, not something the council has to fight for and drag DOE kicking and screaming. Leadership means welcoming oversight, not resisting it. Leadership means making sure that procurement rules are followed, contracts can withstand public scrutiny, and every employee understands that accountability starts at the top. Because here's the thing. Most New Yorkers don't know the details of procurement law. They don't know what an RFP is. They don't know how contracts are approved, but they do know about fairness. They know that there shouldn't be one set of rules for powerful insiders and another for everyone else. They know if government asks taxpayers to trust it with billions of dollars, government has to earn that trust every single day. And right now, the Department of Education has work to do. I'd encourage you to check out Susan Edelman's Substack. She's got all the latest on this situation. And right now, this is a crazy situation because the more we look at it, the less sense it makes. I'll continue working to support the council's oversight efforts. I'll continue demanding transparency from the chancellor and from DOE. And I'll continue asking the questions that too many people in government seem reluctant to answer, because I don't think good government is a partisan issue. It's a New York issue. And the people of this city deserve nothing less than the truth.